Hey YouTube, this is Anthony with Vapehead, back once again, getting through these videos, video reviews anyway. Already got 2 down, 3 to go. Alright, so moving right along, we are going to do this one on the Patriot clone. Now the Patriot, I got it from, where did I get it from? I got it off of eBay. And I keep forgetting to have this stuff already up, so I don't have this right here to do. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and catch myself up on that one and have that one already ready. Okay. Now, let's see here. Okay. Now, this is the Patriot version 2. It's a clone also from Tobacco. So I got a Tobacco clone tank and a Tobacco clone mod. I actually did not realize that this was also a Tobacco clone. But yeah, this is a Tobacco dripping clone. Now this is not the original drip tip. This is the drip tip that goes with the Stingray. Here, I'll show you the original drip tip that goes with this particular tank. There we go. Oh, no you don't. There we go. Okay, and that is the original drip tip that goes with it. This is a pretty simple setup. You just pop it. It's got the dual rings around here, as you can see them. It has 3 posts. Your center post is always your positive, 2 outer posts are your negatives. I'm running a dual coil wrap right now, and I'm running it at 0.91, I think, is what the ohmage I'm running on it. And I'm using a 28 gauge Canthal wire as well, so it works really well. I mean, you know, she will produce some vapor, but now I'm not also I'm not running but 50-50, so I'm not going to get these huge amounts out of it. But this is what it looks like totally together with the Stingray, and you can see, I mean, it flows with it. It's 22 millimeters, so it's 22 millimeters here, 22 millimeters here, so everything is a total flush. Everything just is totally flushed. There's no oh well, gee, that there doesn't look right, it's a little off hang, or it's sitting a little crooked or whatever. No, it sits totally flat on it. It's the exact diameter of the mod itself, so it's a perfect fit. Now, like I said, I bought this off of eBay, and I got it from a eBay seller on there named Vaportrends, VAPORTRENDS, and I'm going to put their name in the description of the video. So if you happen to see this right here and you want to go check it out, go check it out. It came with a couple of extras. It came with a little bit of wire. It came with the mesh wick, which is your basic stuff for any tank to come with. But I like this. I like the look of it. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's got the Patriot logo right here. Whoops, too much. There we go. I just want the tank off. Now this is these threads are absolutely smooth. They work great. They go inside flat. I mean, I don't have no issues at all with it. It just sets right down on top of that Stingray and just twists right on and sets totally flush. And it just really completes the look whenever you put it on there. But with me, I like that dripper tip, but I just prefer the Stingray dripper tip. It just, to me, it really goes well with it, because you get the brass, the stainless steel, the brass, the stainless steel. It just has that flow to it that you don't get with this particular drip tip. So, you know, not knocking that drip tip. It's a good drip tip, but it just looks better to me like that. But it's a really good piece. Now, this is drilled, meaning that this is for lung hitters and not mouth to lung. And I'll kind of go into that there a little bit, sort of explaining exactly what a mouth hitter is and what a mouth to lung hitter is, or a lung hitter and what a mouth to lung hitter is. Yeah, this is for those who like airy vapes and are just doing lung hits only. Now, I'll show you. Let me get a toke off this right here. Sounds like I got a leak. Lung hit. It produces really good vapor. It really, to me, with the build I've got, with the dual coil build I've got, using the 28 gauge wire and having them just as tight as I can get them, to me, that is producing. And it's not producing a hot vape. It's not producing a really hot vape. Now, granted, if I hit it 2 or 3 times in a row, you can feel the heat from it a little bit, but it doesn't get just hot. It's soothing. It's a very soothing, calming vape. And for me, sometimes when I'm having an extremely stressed day, which here lately I have a lot of them, this thing just, it's like I said in the other video, it's like my cigar. Used to, I loved to go to the tobacco shop and I would find me 2 or 3 really, really nice Cuban styled cigars. Now, they were not real Cubans, but they were styled in the Cuban style. They had they were hand rolled in the whole 9 yards. Not cheap. And I would go and I would buy me 2 or 3 of them, and that would do me the month. I wouldn't have no more than that out there. Now, this is along with my 2 packs of smokes a day. And if I was having a somewhat stressful day, I would take and I would have me like a glass of brandy, just a small little glass, a little tumbler glass of brandy. And I would pick me up one of my cigars and I'd snip the tip of it off, fire it up, and sit there and just relax and enjoy just a little bit of heaven, in my sense. That's what this right here does. Sitting on top of this Stingray, the way this Stingray kicks, and those drilled holes really make it just as airy as you could ever want it. And it produces that warm, soothing, calming, forget all the crap that just happened kind of vape. And that's what really just soothes me down. It calms the savage beast that's rising up because of all the stress of things that are going on at that time. So if you're looking to if you're a vapor chaser, if you're a cloud chaser, and you're wanting to chuck some clouds, this sucker will chuck some clouds too. But you have to have the right build in it in order for it to happen, and you have to have the right juice for it, and you also have to have the proper wicking for it as well. And that means that not only do you have to build your coil right, or whoever builds your coil has to build it exactly the way it should be, and they have to wick it the right way for it to do it. Plus, you have to get just the right mix of vapor, or of juice rather, in order for you to create these chucking epic clouds. But yeah, if that's what you're wanting, this right here is the perfect little piece for you as well. But for me, it's just kind of like, it makes it kind of like my personal little cigar. I can carry this sucker anywhere I want to go. It's small, it's compact, it fits in my hand. I go do what I want to do. I take a couple of hits off this, and the nice thing about it is the way I've got it set up. Now, most people, they'll sit there and they'll tell you, you know, I only get like maybe, you know, about 8, 10 hits, and then I have to turn around and put back in, you know, 6, 7, 8 drops of juice, and I'll get, you know, 8 or 10 hits out of it. With the build that I've got in here, which is a really tight 8 wrap build. I think I'm running like 1.5 ohms or something like that. I can drench the cotton in here and then drop just 1 or 2 in each one of the little naked spot corners that I've got. And I can literally vape off this thing for about 30 minutes before I start realizing it's getting low. And that's me hitting it about every 8 or 10 minutes. Because once I hit this thing, I don't go back for several minutes to get another toke off of it. It really, really produces. So yeah, it depends on your build. If you're just doing it like I am, just to have that calming effect, then that's the perfect build to have. About an 8 wrap, 1.5, 1.4 ohms, dual coil, and it produces great. If you're wanting to chuck clouds, you're going to want a sub ohm. You're going to want a little bit different build. You're going to want to wick it differently, and you're going to want to use a specific mixture of juice in order for it to produce. So it just depends. It's whatever you're looking for. But in my personal opinion, this particular tank, seriously, very well made, very well done. Tobacco outdone themselves again as far as this particular clone goes. It's a great piece, and I'm really thankful to the guys at Vaportrends for putting it up on eBay, because that's where I got it from. Oh, and it did come with one other thing. Let's see if I can find them. Where'd it go? Haha, here it is. I got it. I needed us here out anyway. It came with these. Now these are, if you can see them, these are replacement screws for this thing in case you don't want the Phillips heads, which is what it's got in it now. You can put there we go. You can put these right here in it, which they don't have anything on top. They're just for you to grab a hold of it and twist it in by hand. And I'm honestly thinking about replacing the Phillips heads with these as well, because the Phillips heads are a little, unless you got just the right size screwdriver, you're either going to round it because it's too small, and you're going to round it out and never realize it until it's too late. So I'm thinking very seriously about next build I do on it, yanking those off, putting them in this bag, and taking these out and putting them on. So, and if I do, I will do another review on that tank and let you know how these little suckers work. I just have not done it. Sorry. I just have not done it yet. Now all my stuff's falling apart here. But anyway, yeah. That's the Patriot atomizer clone. It's an RBA RDA. It's a 22 millimeter, like I said. Now it is a Omega Nimbus drilled. But it's a beautifully done piece. It's got a nice deep chamber that's actually pretty fat. You can see how, I mean, these are thick walls, but they're not hugely thick. I mean, they're good thickness to protect it, but they're not so thick that it takes out from the dome of the well, or of the tank chamber. But it's a really, really great piece. I think they did a great job on this, and like I said, I'm thankful for Vaportrends for having this up on eBay. I bought this little sucker for a little less than $20, which is not bad. I mean, seriously, it's worth every dime of it. It's a great clone tank. It sets beautifully on the Stingray. So if you're looking for something like this right here, I'm going to put their names in the description of the video, and go check them out. They've got some really, really good stuff. So thanks to them, and thanks to you guys for watching. And remember, vape proud, vape free, and vape on.